Hi guys, Holly Hicks here from Fluid Movement and Wellbeing, and this episode today of the Stretch at Home series, we're going to be doing some work with the massage balls. So if you don't have these at home, these are trigger balls. If you don't have them at home, tennis balls will work pretty well for this as well. If you've got, preferably if you've got two, that's great. We're going to start off with just one, and then we're going to combine a couple later on. So if you do have two, get them handy and get stuck into it. So if you've got your mat, I've just got my normal sticky mat today. I find you can use the softer mats if you want to, but I find you can lose a bit of the effectiveness of the ball. So this one's an upper back one today. We're going to get stuck into a couple of those really common areas that we tend to get really tight and sore. So the ball, we're going to work on our upper trap, which is where most people will say, oh, my shoulders are tight and tense. That's the sort of area we're going to be working on. So I'll show you to place the ball there. And a little bit further down in between our shoulder blades, we're going to work in here as well. And then we're going to finish off the session by putting the balls together, and we're going to work up the base of the skull there to release some really nice tension through there. And I'll talk you through how to do all of that. So work with me. Let's do it. All right, so the ball, we're going to place the ball for the first one on the upper trap. So you're aiming for this spot around about here. So you can adjust the ball to wherever you feel like you need it yourself. We're going to do both sides, but first of all, lying down. Now if you're more comfortable standing up or against a wall, do that, but I find laying down a lot more effective in this case. I'm just going to move this one out of the way for a sec. There we go. If you've got a sock handy, grab a sock as well. I'll show you how to use that afterwards. So place the ball here, and then you're just going to literally just lay and rest on the ball, and you're just looking to familiarize yourself with that sensation. It can feel a little bit weird and it can feel pretty sore. So the first thing, I already can start to feel a bit of a headache kind of coming on up here just by that little bit of pressure that's on the ball. It can feel really bizarre. A couple of breaths here. You can see my knees are bent up, my feet are flat on the floor. I feel quite relaxed here now. If you want to put a cushion or something under your head, by all means do. But just taking a few breaths here. Each breath out, try and let your body go soft. All right, so from here, I'm going to start to move. So I've got the ball on my left side. We're going to start to move this left arm. So we're actually going to use our left arm to mobilize this area where we're working. So you can just start by bringing your arm out to the side, and you might already feel the effect of the ball as you move out to the side. And you can start to move the arm around. I'm going to start to bring it up. And back down. As I move it, I can feel that it's starting to hit different areas. I'm going to bring it straight up. And back over. And back up to the top. It's changing the position of where I can feel it each time. From here, reach away. That starts to expose different muscles or different depths of muscles. And then retract your shoulder. So bring that shoulder, draw it back in towards you. And then reach towards the ceiling or the sky. And then draw it back towards you. Going to reach away again. And now some little circles. So I'm using my arm here, and you're using your arm to mobilize and massage that area. And bigger circles, You can have a real play with this, change directions with different shapes that you make with your arms, so keeping your arms straight. You might like to do a figure 8. So I'm still reaching away. I'm going to just reset that and reach away a bit more. You can do numbers, you can do letters, you can do uppercase, you can do lowercase. If you want to ramp up the sensation through there, just lift up your opposite hip, and that starts to apply more downwards pressure on that spot where we've got the ball. You can bring the arm out of it now if you like, out to the side again, or wherever it's comfortable for you. My hip is still heading up towards the ceiling, and that really starts to refer for me. Doug's in the background there, my Kelpie. Not sure if we can hear him or see him right now. And then lower that hip down. Now we're going to change position of the ball. So coming off, so roll away, shift it down a little bit. So now going in between the shoulder blades, so a bit lower. And you can adjust it to where it feels comfortable for you. Well, when I say comfortable, it will feel odd, certainly. So adjust that ball, so if you can see where that ball is there. You want to stay on the soft tissue. You don't want to hit the bone. Bone's really quite painful when you hit that, and you're not doing anything good anyway. So the first thing is just taking a nice deep breath in and out. And again, just re-familiarising yourself with that sensation. It will probably feel a bit different to that first position. And when you're ready, you can start moving your arm. And as soon as you start to move it, you might find that sensation changes pretty quickly. So move slowly. If you find an area that's particularly uncomfortable or tight, then feel free just to hang there for a few seconds or a couple of breaths. And then once that sensation subsided a little bit or settling down, you can move on again. I can really feel that today. So have a play with the different positions of your arm. Coming back up over. You can bend your elbow. Back down again. And same as before, reaching away. Circles, little circles, change direction. Bigger circles. Again, it just adjusts the position of where and the surface area that you're using as well, as far as where the ball is. So all the work's happening down in through here. Other direction, nice big circles. Figure 8, so pushing away again, figure 8s. Retracting back, reaching away, retracting back. Or, and if you find a spot that's particularly tight, you can just hang there for a sec and reach away, retracting back, and one more, reaching away and retracting back. And if you want to go a bit further or just deepen it a bit more, if you want to increase the sensation that you've got going on back through there, I'm going to bring my arm down. Again, just lift that opposite hip up towards the ceiling. Ah! I'll be very surprised if you don't feel that sensation increasing in its intensity. So ensure that the rest of your body remains relaxed though. Keep your shoulders relaxed, your neck relaxed. The only thing working right now should be this hip, pushing this hip up towards the ceiling. Everything else should be completely relaxed. A couple of breaths there. And release. Let that hip come down. Hang there for another couple of breaths if you want. And then I'm going to roll off, roll away, and relax down. We're going to switch sides. I don't think you guys can see, but I've got Doug laying right next to me here. Okay, so again, we're aiming for the upper trap on the opposite side this time. So about here. Pop it in there. Don't forget, feel free to adjust where you think is the right spot for you. Now it's a bit hard for you to see the ball position there, that's why I sat up and showed you. So hopefully you got the ball in the right position now. And then it's just a matter of following along. So first of all, a couple of nice deep breaths in and out. Now that you've switched sides, you just need to take a couple of breaths and settle back into that position. When you're ready, I'm going to bring one arm out, the arm that got the ball on, out to the side. And again, if you don't have much space, it's okay if your arm is bent for this. So you're bending at the elbow, that's okay. That doesn't really matter, and it's quite a nice stretch through the front of the chest for me anyway. So you can play the position there, reaching back, behind, keeping a straight arm up towards the ceiling. Remembering our little circles before and our reaching away and then retracting back, reaching away, bringing it back, reach away and bringing it back. So it's really nice to be able to target those really tight spots when you bring it, really draw it back, your shoulder back in towards the floor again. Reaching away. Let's go for little circles. Circles one direction, that's reaching away, little circles opposite direction. Let's go some big circles. You can make this as big as you like, you can do any kind of shape you like, it doesn't really matter. Other way. Okay, and let's do some figure eights. So if you need to, reach away, so readjust, figure eights. And retracting back. You can bring your arm down. Opposite hip, you can lift that up. Oh. I can definitely feel that. Not sure if you can see Dougie, he might be just out of shot, or is that no, I can't see his paw just yet. He's just out of shot. He'll come into the shot later, I would say. He's getting closer and closer. So Dougie's our red kelpie. He's my very loyal companion. And anytime I'm stretching, he likes to get involved as well. Okay, lowering those hips down to the floor, rolling away, taking the ball off, and we're going to readjust that ball. So, and Doug's looking at me like he wants wants the ball for himself. So adjusting your position in between the shoulder blade this time, just like we did the last one. So around about there, You can always adjust it again, don't forget. I'm actually going to shuffle down a little bit. Okay. And get the ball in the right position. You can do that by rolling away and back onto it again. And then adjust once you're down until you find the spot that makes you wince. But not too much, because you want to be able to relax over it too. So take a moment. Nice deep breath in and out. Take a moment just to relax over that ball and get used to the sensation it's creating. You should feel relaxed as you can with the ball being shoved into your shoulder blade. Remember, you want it on the soft stuff in between the spine and the shoulder blade. You don't want to have it on any bone. Okay, when you're ready, you can bring your arm into it. Oh, there it is already. We're going to come around. Skip past that obstacle in the way. I'm going to bring it up. That feels like a really good spot I need to work on. So I'm just going to hang there for a sec. If it's you don't feel anything, just keep moving. Bring it up and down. You can bring it back. All the different movements change the position of where you can feel it and where that ball's targeting. So for me, that's a really good spot there. That puts the shoulder blade in a really nice position for me to be able to get into that soft tissue in behind the shoulder blade a little bit. So once you find those spots, do hang there, have a few breaths, and when you're ready, you can move on. Arms straight up to the ceiling, reaching away and back. Draw that shoulder blade back. So often, and continue that a couple of times, often you can find one side will be either more sensitive or more tight or restricted or tender. Continue reaching away and retracting back. That's all completely normal. My right side most definitely feels a lot more sensitive, reaching away, than my left, and drawing your shoulder back down again. Okay, once you find a spot, hang, reaching away, and back we go to our little circles again. Little circles, using our hand, opposite direction. Let's make the circles bigger. And change direction, nice big circles. Really take note of where you feel it. Let's go into it. Reaching away again, our figure eights. You can do little figure eights, or you can do some bigger ones. Don't forget, you can do numbers, letters, whatever you like. Write your name, reach away, draw it back, relax your arm down when you're ready. Lift up the opposite hip. You can, if you want, lift both hips up and really draw it back if you're feeling brave enough and if you can tolerate it. Some nice deep breaths can really actually help to pinpoint and target more spots in through there too. That actually feels, as sore as it does feel, it actually feels really incredible. Feels like such a great relief to have. And lower that hip down if you've raised it, or both hips. A breath or two there. Rolling away And hold the ball. Oh, just take a sec just to feel how good that actually feels now. That feels so amazing. Really good. So you can do that up and down the whole shoulder blade at the back essentially, and as many different spots as you like. What we're going to do from here though is, oh, it's all right, Doug, you stay there. I'll introduce Doug to you in a minute. He's just out of shot by the looks of it. Okay, so if you've got your sock handy, now we're going to grab the sock, pop the balls in the sock, both of them. So you can see I use trigger balls, designed by an Australian physio. Oops, ball's trying to get away. Oh, and I lost it to Doug just then too. Okay, so you want to have them in your sock so that they're touching like this. Looks kind of like a peanut. You can tie it off if you like. I don't. I find once they're in there, they tend to stay there. So these are now going to get placed at the base of your skull, not here in the nape of your neck. You want it at the base of your skull here. Okay. And again, I'm going to lie on them. Don't be surprised if you need to readjust or even hold them there as well. So first of all, you're just going to focus on relaxing over them. Just lying here, taking a few breaths, getting used to that sensation that's now created at the base of your skull. Adjusting as you need to find the right spot for you. Now the reason I love working this area is, first of all, it's a great headache spot. So if you do find you suffer from tension headaches, or you get sore neck, upper back, shoulder area, there's a lot of muscles and soft tissue that cross over this space and also attach in this sub-occipital area, which is just underneath the base of the skull. Once you feel comfortable, you're going to gently nod your head. The balls will move a little bit, that's okay. But nice and slowly and controlled nod your head. You should find that will change the sensation and where you feel it. You'll find those tense spots. If you do find them or tender, just take a moment there, hang there, pause. Relax your shoulders, relax your neck. Once that subsides, continue. And imagine you're shaking your head as if you're saying no. And that hits a different area and targets a different spot. Again, once you find a spot that you feel like is a bit tender or tense, hang there for a few breaths. If you find it doesn't subside, like mine, that's gone now, I'm going to move on. Other way. If you find it doesn't subside within about 5-10 seconds, just move on. You can come back to it again later. And you can go back and forth between nodding side to side. Just do it slowly. Then taking a nice deep breath in and out. Relax your shoulders. And when you're ready, you can take the balls out. All right. Now, what I like, come here, Doug, come on. He's here anyway. Come here. What I like to do, come on, come sit down. You gonna say hello, everybody? Come on, sit down. Sit down. Good boy. This is Doug. So what yes, hi Doug, they're not for you. What I usually recommend is after you do any of the soft tissue work like we've just done now, it's really nice to stretch afterwards, and that really helps. Now that we've helped to relax and lengthen the tissue and certainly soften the tissue, it's a great time to then release and stretch the muscles and the soft tissue as well. So that really just helps to promote, Doug, helps to promote improved mobility and flexibility. Doug, please, you're on camera. Behave yourself. So I usually recommend doing some after that work, some neck stretching, some upper back stretching, whether it's some spinal rotation, whether it's you know, flexion, extension, anything through your upper back, any neck work is really nice. So if you don't have any inspiration yet or know what to do, then keep following along here, and I will share those with you. If you have any special requests yourself, please let me know. I hope you enjoyed the session today. My name is Holly Hicks. I'm from Fluid Movement and Wellbeing. I do have an online program that you would, if you would like to check out. It's a 12-week program. It's called Restore and Rebalance. All the details are in the description if you'd like to hop on the waiting list for when that does go live. I would love to have you in the course. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed the session today, and I hope you've been enjoying these videos. Let me know how you're going with stretching at home too. So get in touch with me on Facebook or on Instagram. You usually find me more on Facebook on the Fluid Movement and Wellbeing page, or Holly_Hicks on Instagram. Okay guys, bye. Doug.